Is that right?
Right.
Each patient will have access to that many professionals.
Right.
That's tremendous.
Isn't that tremendous?
That is
this
tremendous.
helps the family as well as the patient. And we will see the family, I mean, this is part of it. We will offer bereavement services to the family up to a year after the patient dies.
Is that right?
Right.
That's tremendous.
Plus, we have community adult and children bereaved programs. We have a child's camp. In fact, that's coming up September the 16th. A couple weeks from now.
Is that right? Okay, yes.
That's coming up. We have partnered with Presbyterian Church, the community Presbyterian Church in Carolina Forest.
Right.
And it will be at 12 o'clock right after church service.
September 16th. Okay, today's Thursday, August 30th, so on September 16th. And, of course, there's another big event entirely separate coming up on Saturday, September 29th.
Right.
What is that, Carol?
That's a golf tournament, and all the proceeds go to our children's program.
Great.
And this is sponsored by the Christ the Servant Lutheran Church.
Great.
And Trivent Financial Services and Kroger. They are the sponsors for this.
And that'll be held where?
At Quail Creek.
At Quail Creek. And what's the kickoff time for that? You know?
It's at 9 o'clock, and it's a shotgun, captain's choice.
Great, great.
And I don't have Peter Schaefer. He's kind of in charge of it.
But if someone wanted to learn more, they could call the
me,
347-5500 and ask for you, Carole Bowdre.
And I could tell them all. And plus, there's information on our website about the golf tournament also.
Yes. So two events coming up in September. September 16th, the big event there at the Presbyterian Church, Carolina Forest Community Church there, Presbyterian Church. Okay.
And then September 29th.
That's wonderful. That is fabulous. Well, there's so much that has to happen in caring for folks towards the latter part of their lives. What about palliative care?
Well, palliative care, that's a good question, because a lot of people don't ask me what that is.
Right.
Actually, hospice care is palliative care, because you're getting pain management. Hospice care, we control the pain, and we want the patient to die as alert as possible, pain-free as possible, and we want to add days to their life as well as quality to the end of life. But palliative care, we have a palliative care program, and we were one of the first in the state to start that. We offer services to the chronically ill. But before you diagnose terminally, it's for the chronically ill. And sometimes these patients will go into hospice, whether it's our hospice or another hospice here in the county. Sometimes they will go into the hospice program, or sometimes maybe they go into remission. Their disease goes into remission. So, and they're released from the program. But this palliative care is offered in the hospitals and nursing homes, and so we're very proud of that. But palliative care itself is really pain management.
And it's a little different in that it may not be supported by governmental entities, but Medicare or Medicaid, much like the last 6 months of someone's life would be. Sure.
And that brings up another question. Most people think hospice care is for cancer patients only.
Oh, is that right?
Most people think that. I have found that out. But in reality, 78% of patients nationwide are cancer patients. But we accept any diagnosis of a terminal illness, whether it's heart disease, stroke, AIDS, Alzheimer's, any of these terminal illnesses will qualify for hospice care.
That is fabulous. That is wonderful. And so you have folks, so whether it's children or parents of loved ones who are calling the 347-5500 number, going online, seeking answers of all ages, no matter what the condition, not just cancer, but no matter what condition it is. So you want to make sure they'll call.
Now, we don't per se have a children's hospice program. We don't see children. But we do offer bereavement and grief programs for children.
Good. You mentioned a kids program a minute ago. Is it the bereavement and grief portion of that? And we have a grief and loss center right on our premises. And we serve not just our patients as far as bereavement support, anyone.
We go into the public schools. We partner with them. Anytime there's a tragedy and an accident and the children need support and help, we're willing to go in and help them out any way we can. We had some excellent counselors.
Good. Carole, does Mercy ever provide these services for folks who aren't in their home?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
You mentioned, definitely. I think, that sometimes you go to the nursing
homes. We're contracted with all the nursing homes in Horry County.
Great.
All of them. And the hospitals.
Good.
In fact, a lot of times we pick up a patient right there through the hospital.
You said three of your biggest supporters are, of course, Grandstand Regional Medical Center, big sponsors, Conway Medical Center, and obviously the Loras Healthcare System.
Loras, Conway, and Grandstand.
Those are the three big ones. But I think you mentioned also some service. Obviously, you're contracting out to Georgetown
and Waccamaw and Marion.
And Waccamaw, of course, sure.
Right.
So there's deep ties that go with these multiple community hospitals and for-profit hospitals. I'm sure you all don't discriminate. You want to interface with them as much as possible.
Oh, definitely.
That's wonderful.
Definitely. And we are the largest hospice, I don't know if I mentioned that, in Horry County. We're the largest.
Okay.
And been around the longest. And the only non-profit.
That's fascinating. Well, obviously, big dogs always spurn others to get started. And if there are 20 others out there in the area, then surely seeing y'all's success has helped prompted that.
But competition is good.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's good. It keeps you. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
And
that's why they have a director of development. That's exactly right. Competition is good. That's exactly right. You didn't have competitors, And you've got this tremendous brochure here. I don't know if viewers can see that, but it's got wonderful information about volunteer opportunities. You all have volunteer needs here.
That's part of it. That's part of our team. Our volunteers are our angels. We couldn't do without them, and we're always in need.
Okay.
And if a person feels like they don't want to go into a home, that they just feel like they can't handle that emotionally, we have many other things that they can help us with in the office.
Like what?
Clerical things in the office, or I always need help with my fundraising.
Good. So, would a viewer need to have special qualifications to help on fundraising or to help out in the office?
No, we do screen our volunteers. There's an application because they're going into the homes.
Right.
And we do a sled check, to make sure, because since they're going into the homes.
Absolutely.
But, our volunteers are wonderful, and we certainly do need them. And I would love for them to call me and seek information about becoming a volunteer. Okay,
and if someone can't reach you for development volunteer needs, can they also call you for any other
needs, and I can refer them to the proper source. We do have a volunteer coordinator.
Where is Mercy Hospice actually located, Carole?
We're located in Waccamaw Medical Park Court, right next to Conway Medical Center.
Great, good.
So
easy to find.
Right, very easy to find.
Now, does anyone ever come to y'all's location? I mean, no one actually goes there for services themselves.
Right. Sometimes, in fact, our plans for the future, we're in 3 buildings right now at Waccamaw Medical Park. We've got an executive building, our grief and law center, and then the administration and clinical building. But our plans in the near future is to rent another building in that area and have a palliative care clinic.
Great, good.
That's one. That's what our.
How about classes for volunteers? Are there ever any training for volunteers?
Definitely. They'll go through a training
with someone who's in the last 6 months of their life.
Definitely. They'll go through a training program, and they'll learn to recognize the signs of the last couple of days of the dying, and it's emotional. A lot of people don't want to, and a lot of people that have had a patient want to wait a while because you do establish bonds, and but it is very rewarding.
Break down that team again real quick, Carole, for viewers who missed it right here in the beginning of the interview. You talked about for each patient.
Right. Each patient has a registered nurse, a certified nurse's assistant, a social worker, a chaplain, and a volunteer.
Wow. So each patient has, and again, if they've been diagnosed with less than 6 months or less to live, Medicare and Medicaid will step in. If not,
Right,
we'll make that happen.
Right, and they don't have to. If they don't want a chaplain to step in, or they don't feel like they're ready for that, that's fine.
Right,
I mean, we certainly adhere to their wishes.
Sure, but 5 folks dedicated to every person in the last 6 months, so that's tremendous.
And another thing, Greg, I failed to mention was we have a IDT meeting twice a week to discuss all these team members discuss each patient. Sometimes it takes hours, but they want to make sure their care plan is up to date and there's nothing else needed or nothing else we can do, or it may change, during the progression of the disease.
For you, Carole, spending the last 15 years of your life in nonprofit support and helping other groups, has anything been as gratifying as being involved in Mercy Hospice?
Oh, I am truly dedicated to Mercy Hospice, and I'm dedicated to nonprofits also. I've become a real advocate for the Alzheimer's Association.
Right.
And I had my husband's aunt lived with us for a couple of years with Alzheimer's, and that really made me an advocate. I really get out there and help fight that also.
Right.
I'm a member of that association.
That's tremendous. Well, that's great. Surely the end-of-life experiences are so critical for not only that person, but all their loved ones, all of their family members.
But like I said, I love Mercy Hospice. I'm very passionate about the cause and for what we do. It's a great organization, and we're there to help the patients and families as much as we can. And the volunteers, like I mentioned, they will do, you wouldn't believe some of the things they do for the patients.
That's great.
They'll read to them, they'll run errands, they'll prepare a meal, or just, whatever needed.
Those are great words. Carole, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank
Sorry
you,
we've
Greg.
run out of time.
Oh, thank you, Greg.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure being here.
Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Carole Bowdre, Director of Development for Mercy Hospice and Palliative Care, coming up next. End-of-life issues impact so many. You can make a difference. You can make a difference every day. If you don't know if you've got the funds to help support Mercy Hospice, give them some time. Give them some time. Take the time to volunteer. Learn more about Mercy Hospice at 843-347-5500, or go online to mercyhospice.org. There's tremendous information on there about what's required of you as a volunteer. You've got to get involved, learn more about the organization to be able to learn more about that person you're going to be dealing with. And if you or a loved one or in the last 6 months of your life have been diagnosed with a terminal illness, you need to pick up the phone, 347-5500, or go online to mercyhospice.org. There's some tremendous information, and someone can make a difference for you in this last stage of your life. Take the time, learn more.